The night before I went out of town for the conference, I pulled an all-nighter cleaning. For one thing, the pet sitter would be coming in, and I wanted to straighten up as much as possible for her. But I also did it for my own return home, because after being away from this place and living in a clutter-free environment, coming back home can feel like being plunged into a cesspool, and I've gotten immediately depressed upon my return. So, as exhausting as it was to pull that all-nighter, it paid off because when I walked into my home, it didn't feel so terrible. However, I have managed to reclutter things up quickly. Remember the character PigPen from the Peanuts comic strip? I swear I feel like him, except instead of a cloud of dirt and dust following me wherever I go, it's clutter. And just like Pigpen could never stay clean, I feel like even if I can get things slightly in order, it doesn't last for long. Pigpen was a dust magnet. I am a clutter magnet. This is the first time in a good number of months that I haven't had some type of deadline looming immediately over me. So I decided to do some sewing. I love sewing, and I haven't done it in a really, really long time. If I go too long without doing something creative, I feel very unfulfilled. What I love about sewing is taking raw pieces of material and turning them into something cool with a function. But sewing involves fabric and notions and tools and scraps, so there are bits and pieces of this and that everywhere. I made a carrying bag for my reusable food containers. Not only is this great for packing a lunch, I often take this with me when I go out to eat to pack up my leftovers. In video 9, Minimizing Acquisitions, I mentioned doing that to minimize bringing disposable containers into my home. Without the bag, it looks like I'm going camping, right? This makes it super easy to carry hands-free. Plus, this thing can serve as a makeshift weapon for self-defense, like one of those medieval flails. I also made a tote bag for my mom. Someone gave me the Hello Kitty fabrics I used for these two projects. Everything else was leftover fabric and notions that I've saved. I'm the queen of using leftover stuff to make new things. I had to trim 2 corner pieces off the bottom of the tote bag. In compulsive hoarder fashion, I saw potential use for even these little corner fabric scraps and made one into something, which I'll tag on to the end of the video. My seeing potential in so many things contributes to my hoarding issues. I don't know how to shut it off. And sometimes people will compliment me on things I make, saying, "Oh, that's so clever." Well, all those clever little ideas manage to get me into a whole lot of trouble. I love the creative part of me, but I don't like the hoarding tendencies that have a negative impact on my life. I wonder if I can find a balance between the two.